to see you. I freaking tricked you, huh? You thought that was me. I was some white guy, right? Fucking Dallas Goldtooth. Guy's like, oh, fuck, oh, shit. Okay, get out of here. Yeah, I sent him out. I was like, go on, get out there, go on. Shh, go on. You know how like that noise you make when there's dogs and the dogs are stuck together? Go on, get out of there. Shh. I don't know about you, but we got teachings about that stuff. Two dogs get stuck together. You're not supposed to look at it or you get pink eye. You know, when we go to the United Nations and we talk about indigenous knowledge and protecting it, that's what we're talking about. Those old stories about not watching two dogs get stuck together. Because you'll get pink eye. Like of all the things that we retained, that's the one thing that we kept. Traditional like that, yeah. Yeah, we're resisting colonization. Shh, don't look over there. Oh man, I'm happy to be here, Seattle. Oh Christ. Yeah. This is like a hotbed of activism and rabble-rousers up in here. I say this in the most respectful way, a bunch of fish eaters in this room right now. That's right, man. Growing up, this is the place everyone looked to because of all the old fish wars here, man. Hell yeah. Good to see folks here. You know, I want to say a shout out to all my natives in the crowd. Make some noise if you're native and proud. Yeah. You know, we're diverse people. We're not a monolith, right? So like, make some noise if you're like light-skinned native. Make some noise. Yeah. Where's my black natives relatives in the crowd? Where you at? Oh, good one, yeah. You wanted the last word on that one. Man, I loved our previous speaker, our singer up there. He reminds me of every Indian uncle ever. He was asked to sing one song. One song. I got the agenda. It says one song. Short song. Is that every Indian uncle, you know the uncles that always adjusting their belt? You know, we all know those guys, right? The one you don't want to get the microphone because you're going to be there for 4 days. He always starts off by saying something that doesn't make sense. Before I say anything, I'm going to share a few words. Indigenous knowledge, that's what that is. So that's called indigenuity. Ah, see that? See what I did there? Hell yeah, man. Oh, I forgot, where are all the natives that look like they came from Dancing with Wolves, the real Indian-looking ones? You're in here. Yeah. I'm one of those ones. Yeah, I know. I got the look, right? And it's like, I was always raised with stories. My aunties always told me traditional stories. They said, hey, sit down, nephew. I want to tell you something. You got to be careful when you go out to that world out there. That world out there is a dangerous place. It's not like here. When you go out to that world, you have to be always guarded. Have your shield up. Because wherever you go, there's going to be cougars hunting you out there. The Cougar Clan. They're out there. We're not talking about Indian cougars, the white cougars. They're out there. So I'm ready. I know you're there. I'm watching you, all right? I know you can't resist. Okay. Oh, crikey. But it's true, though. I know. We're always on guard. And also, there's also, like, uncles out there. I know you're out there, too. Cougar uncles, I'm watching you, too. Got you. Locked in. I came out, I decided to dress all up like I'm running for council, so I hope you vote for me. You know what I mean? I start saying crap that don't make sense, you know, making promises. Oh, if you vote for me, I'll kill diabetes. It's gone. It's taken care of. I almost wanted to come out here and say, all right, natives for Trump, thank you for being here. Woo! Oh, whoa, I know. I didn't want to get freaking... Calm down. I didn't say it. I was just telling you what I was going to say, all right? That's all I was doing. That's all I was doing. Okay, so I was asked to come here to speak. Or you know what, actually, I travel all across Turtle Island. I've been everywhere from the Everglades all the way up to the North Slope of Alaska. And there is one question I receive, and I hear above all else. Well, actually, the one question I hear the most is, hey, can you do the war hoop? So it's like, oh, young warriors. There, I did it for you. I feel like, if those that have kids, you may remember this, I feel like that movie Shrek where the little kids like, do the roar. That's what I'm used to. But the second question I always get is, how do you find hope? How do you find hope, Dallas? How do you find it? Which is kind of crazy and really actually kind of difficult to process, that we are in search of hope so much these days. And for me, I find hope in 3 places. I find hope in our ability to challenge power. I find hope in our ability to invest in we, and I find hope in our capability to radically imagine a future where we are living and thriving. That's where I find hope. Power. I'll put this. By trade, I'm an organizer. I worked with an environmental justice organization for a number of years, and so in the context of how we define power, I define it from a lens of organizing. Power is not a thing. It's not an entity. It's not a trait. Power is the influence created by the relationship between interests and resources. If you have the interest to protect a river and the salmon and all the living animals and inanimate things that depend upon it, and you're another group that has the interest to dam that river for profits, historically, where were the resources pushed towards, right? And so power is fluid, it's dynamic, because at one point the power was over here with those seeking profits and to plunder Mother Earth. But as you heard earlier tonight, we're taking that shit back. We are reclaiming power, challenging power in the best of ways. So by challenging power, I want to tell you this random story. Okay, most people don't know this, but I was 12 pounds when I was born. That's right. Yeah, someone said, that's a big baby. Yeah, it is a big baby. That's like a watermelon coming out there, right? I was big. My mom, and also this is, and for the mothers out here, you might understand this. It was natural with no medication. Because the doctors, this was a border town, didn't give medication to Indian women at the time. So I came out, I'm super grateful. Like, I have to say thank you to my mom every day, right? I put out tobacco to her. Oh, great, thank you. I was so big, I came out like talking, you know? Like I fucking came out of a sweat lodge. Oh, I'm a doc, y'all say. We're all relatives. You know, got a cigarette. Oh, Creator, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Got scared of the doctor. Oh, fucking white man, get away from me. Fuck, get on. Shh, go on. 12 pounds, man. I was born into an activist family. I was born into rabble-rousers, right? And we are born of communities who have actively resisted authority for generations, and we have to be proud of that. Absolutely proud of that. When we talk about investing in we as another place where I find hope, I think about this. In 2015, In 2015, I was at the tremendous fortune to organize and coordinate to help bring a group of Lummi youth to the Paris Climate Talks in Paris, France. I want to give a shout out to Becky Kinley, who helped organize that trip. And I also want to take a moment to recognize and acknowledge a relative who's no longer with us, Justin Finkbonner. In 2015, I was working for an organization called the Indigenous Environmental Network. And I saw photos of Justin and all these youth in canoes stopping the movement of an massive oil rig from leaving these waters. A brave and tremendous action. And I saw the commitment not only to demonstrate our collective power as Indigenous peoples, but also our investment in the next generation, and the investment in us. And so there was a whole crew of folks. I don't know if there's any young folks or folks that went to Paris in that crew. Make some noise. All right, there's one. Yeah, good for you. But we brought them, a whole group, a canoe family, to Paris to share the knowledge, the wisdom, and the voice of standing up for our most precious commodity, and that is water. The power of water was what brought us together, and the need to protect that. And what it taught me in listening to all these Lummi youth, and they're talking about why they're there and what they want to do, it reinforced in me this hope, because I heard values and teachings I've grown up with. A value of taking care of each other, helping each other out, taking care of those that are struggling. A core value of who we are, and collective responsibility. There is no hope in systems that prioritize individual success at the expense of the many. True hope, for me, is found in systems where no one is left behind. In systems where wealth and resources is not hoarded by a few, but shared amongst all. Now, I know some of y'all will be like, dude, that sounds socialist as fuck. All right. But nah, baby, that's indigenous knowledge and economies right there. And the third place where I find hope is our ability to radically imagine a future in which we are thriving. Now, I know I'm way over time. I'm one of those uncles that's taking up time. If you guys are vibing with me, I'll keep on going. I'll tell you a story. All right, so this actually happened to me. This actually happened to me. It was the most spiritual, passive-aggressive prayer session I've ever heard. I was in a sweat lodge, right? I'm in a sweat lodge, so imagine me topless sitting down, okay? Just imagine that. A lot of you already seen my nipples, so I acknowledge that, okay? And you're welcome. But I'm in this sweat lodge, and I have an uncle to my right of me and an uncle to the left, right? And it just so happened that uncle number one is currently dating the ex of uncle number two. And the relationship, the past relationship, came out in prayer in the most dysfunctional, lovely way ever. Uncle number one was like, Creator, I just want to pray for all those less fortunate, you know. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for bringing me a good woman. Takes care of me. I really love her. And I just pray that you help her because she's really carrying a lot of frustration dealing with certain people out there, wherever they are in that way. Uncle number two picks up the prayer. Oh, Creator, I just want to say thank you for this life. I'm trying to be pitiful in a good way, you know. In many ways, I'm the most humble of them all, you know. You ask them, they'll tell you. But I just want to say, you know, whoever's out there, I just ask that people, you know, have compassion, understand that, You know, they need to let go of the past sometimes, you know? And some of us are just trying to get our stuff together. Have compassion on us. Uncle number one takes up right after that. And it was like, oh, Creator, I just want to add an extra prayer here. I just want to pray for those that need to find responsibility in taking care of their kids. Oh, you know, because it's just hard, taking care of other people's kids, and it'd just be good to get some support every now and then. And I kid you not, Uncle number two picked it up and be like, oh, there's Creator. I just want people to understand I'm in between jobs right now. And just ask these people not to be so goddamn judgy. Oh man, it was awesome. The guy pouring the water was like, okay, all right. Oh, Creator, say 4 Hail Marys. Let's get out of here. Oh. And that is how that story ended up in season 2, episode 1 of Reservation Dogs. For those that watched it, there was a prayer off between the uncles. A sacred prayer off. Reservation Dogs was an amazing thing, wasn't it? All native writers, predominantly native cast, all native directors. Born out of our lived experience as native peoples. But what it does is it sets the tone and the narrative that we as native people do not only exist in the past, we exist in the present. But not only that, what we are advocating for, and where I find my hope, is our capability to radically imagine a future that is beyond our current present situation, a future in which we are able to enact our dreams to the fullest extent. I have hope because I know people in this room, and there's organizations like the Children of the Setting Sun who are investing in stories to radically imagine a future in which we have control over our water, over our land, over our food, over our energy, and over our bodies. It is those 3 things that I find hope in. And I find it in this room. I find it in the songs on this stage. And no matter what may in the next 30 days, that hope's not going away. Because our people have been through some shit, and we're gonna be getting through some shit. So I appreciate you to the fullest extent. I love each and every one of you to the fullest extent, and I thank you for giving me this time to talk in front of you. Thank you.